welcome back to another episode of 5 Minutes with Jesus and Jesse. Today we're going to be talking about Jacob. Jacob seems to be a person that we know a lot about, but as I was reading through Genesis the past few weeks, some things have kind of came up that I thought were interesting, so I was going to share those with you. So we know that Jacob has 12 sons. Those become the 12 tribes of Israel. We also know Jacob's favorite son was Joseph. That's the guy that had the coat of many colors. And he had a favorite wife, Rachel. So Jacob was the son of Isaac and Rebekah. Before his birth, the Lord actually told Rebekah that she would have these twin sons who would become two nations. The older one would serve the younger one. The younger one was Jacob. Jacob was a deceiver by nature. He stole his brother's blessing, so he pretended to be his brother. His father asked for his favorite dish to be prepared by the older brother, and when his mom overheard it, she kind of intervened, so they prepared this dish before the brother got back. So he goes in and presents his meal, this meat, to his father, and he says, "How did you come up with this so quickly?" And he said, "The Lord, your God, put it in my path." So right out of the gate, Jacob does not claim God, Yahweh, as his God. He always says, "your God." Jacob flees from his very angry brother who just had his blessing stole from him. And on his way, fleeing the country, he has a dream from the Lord. And the Lord promises him things in this dream. He promises him land, descendants. He gives him blessings. And he lets him know that the Lord would always be with him. So you would think at this point, Jacob would be starting to believe. You know, if anyone had a vision like this, where God came to them and told them, "Here's the things that I'm going to do for you in your life," you'd be like, "Absolutely, I'm all in." But not Jacob. So he still refers to him as somebody else's God. He says, "If God is indeed with me and protects me and I return safely, then the Lord will certainly be my God." And he makes a pillar for the Lord, which was like a pagan practice, instead of making an altar, which Yahweh followers would do. Jacob gets tricked into marrying the wrong girl, which is kind of funny because he just tricked his dad and he got tricked into marrying the wrong girl. And he works longer for this person, for the intended sister, the one that he actually wanted to marry. So God blesses Jacob with many children, including the favorite son from the wife Rachel. So at this point, Jacob has 4 baby mamas. He has been busy, and 11 sons. And he begins to make the trip back home after 20 years, and he brings the whole fam with him. So he is fearful of meeting his brother because he stole his blessing the last time he saw him. He ran away. It's been 20 years. And he gets a report that his brother is coming to meet him and has 400 men with him. So Jacob is panicking. Little does Jacob know that his brother is actually coming to greet him with open arms. But Jacob, for the first time in his story, cries out to the Lord and says, "Oh Lord." He's humbled and he begins praising God for everything that God has done for him. Then the strangest thing happens, literally one of the most bizarre things in the Bible. And that says a lot because there's a lot of weird stuff in the Bible. But Jacob actually wrestles with God. Yeah, he physically wrestles with God. And we know this because Jacob sustains an injury that he has for the rest of his life because of this incident where he wrestled with God. But after so many years of not claiming Yahweh as his God, as soon as he does, God shows up. And he does something incredible in Jacob's life because he changes Jacob's name to Israel. And this is a big deal in the Bible because when this happens, this is significant in the sense that God is giving him a new assignment. He changed his name. The old is gone, the new is here. He's no longer Jacob, he is Israel. And then God proceeds to bless him and tell him all the things that he's going to do for him. So we see Jacob's life transform. He goes from building pillars to actually building altars, and he starts chasing after the plan that the Lord has from him. His beloved wife births their 12th son, and from Jacob's line, we have his son Judah, who then gives birth to a son named Perez, who's actually named in the lineage of Jesus. You know, the Lion of Judah, I didn't get that until I started really digging into this. So the Lion of Judah, Jesus, from the lineage of Judah, Jacob's son. So it all makes sense now. Anyways, from this man who would not claim Yahweh as his God, the Savior of the world was born. God has a plan for your life. He has a purpose for each and every one of us. So let me ask, how many of you are failing to let God be the Lord of your life? He is ready and he's waiting to change our name. He is ready to set his plan in motion, but we have to be willing and ready to submit our plans and to trust in God that he's going to fulfill his promises, just like he did in Jacob's life.